Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing the second part of my Black Friday haul and unboxing. So today I'm just going to start off with my not polished order. I am going to just pull everything out of the box and then show you guys that way, just because it has all of these little individual peanuts and I don't want to get them everywhere, and they tend to like break apart and stuff as you start grabbing through them. So I'm just actually going to pull everything out, put it on my desk, and I will show you guys everything that I picked up. But I do like showing you guys what the box looks like. Basically, I know I opened the top flap, but I like to show you what it looks like when you open the box initially so that you guys can see how it tends to come packaged. The only thing I've done so far is open the top of the box, and I flip this over just because it has my information on the other side. Everything else is exactly how it comes, so this is what your package will look like most likely if you do order from them. So I just wanted to show you that, but let me pull everything out and I will get started showing you guys what I picked up. Alrighty, so I went ahead and I took everything out of the box. This is the entire order. I do just want to let you know each of the Press X tip boxes that I got does come with a little plastic slip on it. I did take these off, one to just reduce the noise, but also it had a bunch of that like packing peanut, just like broken pieces on it, and it was just flying everywhere when I started taking it off. So you'll still see some of it like on the boxes themselves, but just so you know, I just wanted to minimize how much was flying around my room, so that's why I took all of that off already. But the first couple things that I got just randomly, I wanted to try a translucent pink as like my connector when I'm doing sculpted forms to connect my natural nail to the form. I want to see if it's easier for me to see the product. I also don't love, if I know that I'm not using any type of colored acrylic, I don't always love having to use a nude, and clear acrylic is, in my opinion, a little harder to sculpt with just because it's harder to see. So I wanted to see if it makes it easier using a translucent pink. So I picked up their light pink and dark pink because I wasn't sure which one I would like better on my skin tone, and I figured it couldn't hurt to have the two options. So I did pick up that, and both are in the 2-ounce size. And then I picked up a bunch of their Press X tips. So I'm basically just going to start kind of from the top. So the first couple ones that I have their Sculpted Stiletto Long. These come with 630 pieces each. They are 14 sizes total. Obviously the box is red to go with the not polished branding. And these are pretty standard. I haven't opened them yet, so I don't know, but they're kind of just your standard full cover tip, and they have the different lengths and different shapes for you. So I'll just pull out this. Oh, they do have half sizes in this. I probably should have figured that because a lot of tips don't come with 14 different sizes, so they do have a bunch of half sizes. This one in particular, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. It is a 3.5 size, and then we'll kind of raise it up for you. I don't know if it's gonna focus on it. Hold on, let me try. So I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see, but it has the little NP, the not polished logo on it. So that is really cute just to have, and that way you kind of know the branding, which one is what. So this again is their Sculpted Stiletto Long. The sculpted ones are supposed to have more of a C curve. So when you look underneath, this curve right here is your C curve. So sculpted typically has a more defined C curve. Natural has a flatter C curve. And just something to note, just right out the box, the cuticle area seems fairly thin. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. It feels like it is very nicely like designed where it feels sturdy. It doesn't feel like it's kind of going to bend on you or move a whole bunch. So this isn't going to fit this nail, but that just kind of shows you a little bit about what that length is going to look like depending on how you apply. Some people apply straight from the cuticle, and then some people do like an overlay method where they come out a bit. So the size and the length will kind of depend on where you place it, and you can file these a little bit. You don't need to do a whole lot of filing, of course, because the shape is pretty much there, but you can file it a bit to make sure that everything matches once you apply them and that everything is even and well blended. So I do have at least one video using Gel X tips. I'm just going to call them Gel X tips, although I know that this is like the Press X. It's just easier for me to remember just calling them all the same thing, but these are the not polished ones. So in my opinion, Gel X is something that can be very, very helpful if you are somebody who wants to save on time and you don't like sculpting your nails, whether it's because it's difficult for you or because you don't like the smell of acrylic or you don't like hard gel. These are really like easy options. I do think there is a learning curve to applying them, but definitely once you get the hang of it, I feel like these can really save you a lot of time because you don't have to do as much shaping and finish filing as you would with like a traditional acrylic or hard gel application. So I'm going to put this one back and kind of move this to the side so that we know we've shown that one already. So the next one is a natural square long. So because this one is the natural, this is going to have less of that defined C curve. So again, you can really tell when you're looking at like the front profile or the back profile of it. I don't know if you'll be able to see that very well, but you'll notice with sculpted ones that the curve is a lot more defined versus the natural. I do think a lot more people can fit the natural tips better. I have a pretty good defined C curve on my natural nails to begin with, so I can kind of go between both types. But if you have like really, really flat nails, the natural is going to be the one that's best because you're not going to have as big of a gap in between where like the highest point is of the tip and where your natural nail is. You kind of want to create as minimal of a gap as possible so you don't have to fill it with so much gel because that will create a lot of heat spikes. You're more likely to have lifting. It can look a little wonky, especially if your natural nail doesn't really have that same shape. So really just go by and pick what is going to fit your nails the best. This one is again the square shape. I feel like the actual like tip of it is pretty defined. Like it's a pretty good like, I don't know how you get it, like a crisp edge, which sometimes I feel like with the square and coffin ones of these, they actually have a little bit more of a rounded edge, which can be kind of frustrating. It's easy to fix just by filing the free edge a little bit straighter, but I do like that this kind of looks like it comes in a very crisp shape to begin with. So that was the next one. Then we have the natural round, and this is a short, so it's going to be a lot shorter and stubbier than the other ones, and this is a rounded shape. Rounded shapes are not my favorite. I'll kind of maybe put it there so you guys can see it. They're not my favorite, but I do feel like they are a shape that a lot of people just day to day go for. So I pick these up primarily to use for like custom press on tips. And I also don't really wear short nails all that often, although I know I have my natural nails just with some rubber base right now, but I don't always wear short nails, so I don't tend to go for these myself. I do think that these are going to be very handy to have for those press-on tips. So I am going to put this one to the side, and it looks like they all come with the same amount of sizes and the same amount of pieces. Some brands have like different versions, like smaller boxes or larger boxes, or they have like different versions have different sizes. This seems like they all have the same, so that's good to have some consistency. Next is the Sculpted Stiletto Medium. So it's going to be similar to that first one that I showed you, but it's just going to be a little bit shorter. And I know it's a little hard to see them in camera because they are clear. Not Polished does not have the like colored, like pre-colored tips already where they have like a nude or an ombre already pre-done on it. I actually prefer that. I would rather be fully sure that the gel that I'm using to adhere the tip to my natural nail is fully cured, then have to worry about like trying to cure through a already pre-colored tip. So that's just my preference, but if you are somebody who wants the ones that have like a nude or natural color to them, other brands do have ones that come pre-colored, just so you're aware. I think Young Nails has some. I've never tried theirs. Apres has some. I'm trying to think. Kiara Sky has some. So you can find them other brands. Not Polished for now only has the clear ones. Next is the Sculpted Coffin Long, and these are going to be your coffin shaped ones. This is what this one looks like. Again, sorry, it's going to be not the easiest for me to show you guys in camera because they're clear, so it's hard to really get it to show up. I do think that this one, again, has a little crisper of a shape than some of the other brands that I've seen. It does round a bit. I think the Coffin ones tend to round the most between the Coffin and like square shapes, but again, just your standard Gel X tip. Next, I'm going to show you the Natural Round Medium. I actually don't think they have any sculpted round, just so you guys are aware. I'm not sure why that is, if there's like a specific reason for that, but I don't believe they have any sculpted round. And I'm pulling out, just so you guys are aware, the same size in every box, just so that hopefully you guys can use that as reference, but that is the medium round. Then we have our Natural Stiletto Long. And just so you're aware with the Gel X tips, these stilettos, although they are pointy, they're a little softer of a point than you can get with like a sculpted set. I have not tried a stiletto on myself yet, so I don't know how much you can kind of taper this in if you're somebody like me who likes a very narrow stiletto nail. I will try that in a future video and let you guys know. Typically you don't want to file these excessively. You do want to try to keep as much of the pre-done shape as possible so that you're not potentially ruining like the durability of the nail, because the more you kind of taper things in and start filing them thinner, the more likely it is to bend or break, and so you don't want to risk that. So I will test that and let you guys know what I think as far as how much you can really taper the stilettos with the Gel X tips versus, you know, if you were doing like a traditional sculpted set, you know, you can really customize how thin you want that to look. So I'm going to move that to the side. Now we have Natural Stiletto Medium. So same thing as the last one, that doesn't have a super defined C curve, but will be a little bit shorter. And also when you're looking at the sizes, just be aware that part of the tip itself is going to be covering the natural nail. So the length of it is not going to be from the base to the tip. It's actually going to just be however much pokes out over top of your natural nail once you apply it. So as you can see, this really doesn't look that long once it's on the nail, but when you see it here, it's going to look a little bit longer. Next one is the Natural Coffin Long. So again, not a super defined C curve. This one's going to be a little longer of a shape, but just your standard coffin. You can see it does kind of round a little bit at the top. It's not super straight. So you just want to file that tip just so that it is a lot more straight and defined. At least that's my preference, unless you are somebody who prefers more of those like squoval kind of rounded corner shapes. You can kind of customize that. You can leave it a little rounder, or you can try to define it a little more by just filing that top edge a little straighter. And then the last one is the Sculpted Coffin Medium. So this one is going to have that more deeper C curve, but it's going to be shorter, so a little stubbier. That's what that looks like. I would probably consider this a short, but maybe that's just me. I like long nails, so for me, I don't feel like, I feel like I go like a size up. So what some people consider short, I consider like extra short. What a lot of people consider long, I consider like medium. So it's really just your personal preference at the end of the day. So that's pretty much it for this unboxing. I will move on to the next box in a second, but just so you know, if you want to see me use any of these lengths or styles on myself in future videos, or maybe on a friend if I can wrangle one in, let me know, comment below and telling me which ones you guys would like to see, just so that I know which ones you guys would prefer I use in videos. Otherwise, I will probably just end up going with my like common shapes and styles that I prefer on myself. but I don't always want to go for that. So if there is one specific one that you guys are interested in seeing used in a video, let me know so I make sure to do that. So now that I'm done with this, let me kind of move this all aside, get rid of any little packing peanut dust that's still here, and I will move on to the next portion of this unboxing. So this next box is from Glitterbels. I already opened the top like I normally do. I'm just going to pull out this packing paper and the packing slip so we can see how the products actually come when you order. So I just wanted to show you before I fully unwrap it, they did kind of wrap up the products in the paper as well, so they didn't just have it sitting on top. I did order just some brushes, so let me pull this paper off so we can see the products themselves, but I wanted to show you they did kind of wrap them up so that they were protected. So I went ahead and pulled out all of the brushes from the little containers that they come in. They did come in these little plastic tubes that you just kind of pull them out of. So this will protect them during shipping. They also all came with these little plastic, I don't know, sleeves on them so that it protects the bristles from kind of splaying everywhere, even if they come out of the tube. So I do really like how they are packaged when you get them. I did get two versions. You have seen these before if you've watched other videos from me, because I have purchased these styles of brushes from them before. I just don't have these sizes. So they have 4 sizes in each style. They go from 8, 10, 12, and 14. I had the 10 and the 12 of each of these, and they were out of stock of these sizes when I originally purchased. So I went ahead during the Black Friday sale to pick up the 8 and 14 of both of these styles. So that's what I got. So as you can see, like these two are the 8s and then the middle ones are the 14. You can see the difference in sizes. I really like Glitterbels brushes. I think that they are very high quality. I think that they are good products for the price. They're kind of a middle ground price, I think, because there are acrylic brushes that you can get that are on the really high end of the spectrum price-wise, which to me is like anything like 50 and up starts to get into the high end. For me, the middle range is anywhere from like $28, $30 to $50, depending on which size you get. Typically, the smaller sizes are going to be a little bit cheaper than the larger sizes in most brands. I don't know why they do that, but that is something that I have noticed is common. The other difference between them is that the metal handle ones are round, and then the like clear plastic handle ones are pinched. So I'll hopefully be able to show you. So this one kind of pinches in here. Maybe you can see that. And then that one stays round. So what that's going to do, as you can see, it kind of tapers and then flares. When you use the pinch brushes, they're going to come out a lot flatter at the end. When you use round brushes, they're going to kind of come to more of a point at the end. It's really personal preference on which ones you prefer using. I want to be proficient in using both styles, so I do use both. I like both and I feel that they work really well. Glitterbels brushes also, I feel like the round ones, sometimes some of the brushes that I get that are round, I actually notice that they don't like stay tapered at the end. When I start to like loosen up the bristles and actually start using it, they actually kind of just, they end up not being as like defined at the end as I want them to be for when I'm like working around the cuticle. For their brushes, I've never had that issue. I feel like their round brushes actually come to a very nice point, and it does help you get very defined application near your cuticle, which I really like. Some round brushes, I don't know if it's just because I noticed that they hold a lot more monomer than your typical pinch brushes, but I feel like sometimes they end up being like very thick at the end, and then when you're trying to be a lot more precise, you just can't get that precision as easily until you've used the brush like a lot of times, and the bristles start kind of just naturally forming in the way that you apply. So I don't know like what that is and why certain brands work better than others for that, but Glitterbels, I've never had an issue with their brushes like doing that, where it kind of ends up being like thicker until the bristles start getting like trained into place. These are always been usable right out the box, so I really do like their brushes. I definitely recommend them. The only thing I would say, if you get this clear one, it's super pretty. You get that like moving glitter in it. It's clear, it's cute, it's pink. The only thing I would say with brushes that have this type of handle, go in and take a clear gel top coat, apply it to the handle, cure that. It'll protect this from getting damaged from acetone, monomer, any type of solvents that you have that accidentally get onto it will start to make it like clear, or sorry, start to make it cloudy if you don't add that top coat. So that top coat will protect it from getting damaged. It's an added step. It is kind of a hassle, but if you want to keep this very like fun look and be able to see that glitter moving around as you continue to use it and it starts to get like worn and dirty, keeping that top coat on it is going to help protect that instead of having to worry about it just getting damaged over time and then needing to replace it if you want it to look like this again. So definitely recommend doing that if you do get any style of brush that comes with this type of handle. But yeah, so that is pretty much it. If you want to see me picking or not picking up these brushes, using these brushes in videos, check out some of my acrylic application videos. I have been using the metal version in the size 12 a lot lately, so you'll see that in some of my recent application videos, but I do use these brushes in some of my videos, so check those out if you'd like to see how they work and how they apply. But that is it for what I got from Glitterbels during their Black Friday sale, so I'm going to put this stuff away and then I'm going to move on to the next part of this unboxing. Alrighty, so the last box that I'm going to be opening for you guys today is actually one I'm super excited about. This one is from Kirsty Meakin. I have only ordered from her, I think, one other time. I might have gotten two, but I swear it was only one other time. So this is exciting because I don't have a lot of products from her. And this is coming all the way from the UK. If you don't know, I'm in the US, so this is very exciting. There's a couple goodies here that I've been having on my list for quite a while, so I can't wait. So this is what your package looks like when you first get it. This is her little card, like kind of like a thank you card for you. So that's what that looks like. And then of course you have your themed colored pink and purple little like packing, I don't know what you would call this, like packing paper, packing peanuts. So I'm going to kind of move this stuff aside and that way we can see kind of what's in here. So I tried to pull out as much of the little paper as I could, so I'm just going to start pulling stuff out. These first things that I got were actually so super cute. I was so excited for these. They are super unique. These are actually nail like tip stands or polish stands, but they are in the shape of her polish bottle. So let me open these because it's going to crinkle a lot and they're sealed, and that way I can show you what it looks like inside. So this is what the stand looks like. Very, very cute. It almost kind of looks like you have a little like mixing palette at the bottom. And on top you have her little nail polish. Isn't that so cute? Oh, I love it. And it has the little K logo. I thought these were just the most adorable things ever. These are supposed to be where you can apply your like full cover tips if you're going to be painting them to create like custom press-ons. I thought these were the most adorable things ever. I just had to have them. So I did pick up 2 sets of these because they come with 5 total. So that way you could have a full set of 10. And these are magnetic, so they do come on and off of this little stand. I just thought these were the cutest little things and such a very unique way to use like a product that you probably already have others of. But this one kind of just jazzes it up a little bit. So I was excited for that. So I did get 2 of those, like I said, just so I could have the full set of 10. And then the next thing I'm just going to kind of pull randomly. This, I believe, are their fantasy forms. So these were to kind of help create, I've seen her do it like this with the acrylic flowers, but I've also seen her do this with gel polish, or use these with gel polish to create kind of custom nail stickers, kind of your own custom nail stickers. So essentially what my understanding of these is they are little kind of pieces of like plastic or silicone that you can apply 3D art to. So whether it is doing like acrylic flowers or whatever you want to create like custom charms, you can do it on this. These are going to have a little bit of a curve, so it'll fit your nail when you go to apply. It's going to actually kind of sit right along the same curve of your nail. And you can also use this if you want to paint like little gel designs on it, cure it in this, and then basically stick it to your nail and top coat over as if it was like a traditional like nail sticker. So these I thought were really cool. They're very unique. I've never seen anybody else come with any products that are similar to this. So this was actually something that I was really intrigued to try. If you would like to see me test these out, let me know, because these, again, they're very unique. I don't know where else you could get stuff like that. And it just seemed really, really fun and a kind of cool way to change up your nail design. So I did pick up those. And then I'll just pull this one out next. This one is her mixing palette, or her like plate. This essentially is so that, oh, hold on. So this is just used typically for like gel polishes or acrylic paints. The main difference with hers compared to other ones that I've seen is that it's a metal plate. A lot of the ones that I see are like tiled or plastic, and it has these little wells, so if you're mixing colors, it'll help keep them together. So I thought that was really cute, and of course it is branded, so that adds another little pizzazz. I wanted the rose gold version, but they didn't have that in stock, so I got the silver. And then just pull that out. These I'm going to save for last. The next couple things, what are these? Oh, these are their little silicone like palette mats. Essentially what these are kind of another version of this. It's something that you can use with gel polish, paints, things like that, just to use as like a little tool, and then that way when you're done you can clean it off really easily. These ones are made out of silicone, whereas this one is made out of metal. So just depending on what products you use will determine which one you use, you know, the silicone or the metal one, just to make your cleanup easier. So I did pick up 2 of these because I thought they were, again, very unique and very cute. So I did get those. And then I got her little nail stands, or not really nail stands, sorry, e-file stands. And these, again, they're branded. They're very cute. These are meant to hold her wireless e-file, which I did get, so I'll show you guys that in a second. I thought that this was going to be good to have with the e-file because it is meant to hold it. The e-file is not wireless. It doesn't have like a very kind of thick base to hold it standing up. So this is going to be your most safe place to put it when you're not using it. It does come with like a little spot for sanding bands and a couple spots for your bits. It again is branded. So I thought this was very, very cute. And I did get 2 of them. So there's the pink one here. And then I'm assuming this is the other one, which is rose gold. So that is what this one looks like. Very cute, just a darker version. Again, same thing, little spot for your sanding bands, little spot for your bits. This is where the e-file would go, and then of course you have your branding. So this would just sit on your desk like this. Oops, sorry, going out of focus here. But it would just sit on your desk just like this, and then you can have all of your e-file bits and pieces all together. So that is what that looks like. And then I believe the last things that I had ordered were her 2 wireless e-files, which I am super excited for. So let me move this box to the side so that I can go ahead and open these up and show you guys what these look like and how they work. So this is what the boxes look like when you first get them. I did take off the little like cling film around it just so we could open it easier. It's just kind of like that clear plastic around it. So I did get both colors that are available because I am a menace and I can never choose just one. So I did pick up both. These I am so excited to use because they are so different than any of the other e-files that I have. I have the Young Nails one that is like a desktop that needs to be plugged in all the time. And then I have a bunch of like the portable ones like the Kiara Sky Not Polish that have like a base that you use to change your speed and to change your direction. And then it comes with a hand piece that's connected by a wire that looks kind of like this. This is the Young Nails one. So you'll have this, and it'll connect to a base that you can charge so that it is wireless in the sense that you're not keeping it like plugged into an outlet while you're using it. Now these are supposed to be completely wireless, so there's not even a wire to connect the handpiece to the base. Essentially the handpiece is the base with these. So let me just open them up and show you. So just to kind of show you the box, so the back, it says there's a brushless motor. It goes up to 40,000 RPMs, which I have no e-file that goes up that high, so that's exciting. It says it's included a flame bit. It has low vibrations. It is truly wireless, rechargeable. It is USB charging. It only weighs 0.15 kilograms, and it has an LED display. Obviously it has like your voltage and power stuff down here in case you are curious. On the sides here, it kind of shows you guys all of that same stuff. And then I think it's the same thing on the other side in case you're curious. So let's kind of open this up, see if I can get this top off. So when you open the top, the first thing that you'll see is your manual. So you have your user manual. I will just kind of open it up. Let's see, where's the English instructions? So just in case you're curious, you can pause and read this if you have any questions regarding it. I would open the rest, but I don't want it to get too blurry. So I'm just going to focus on this for right now. And then the next things you'll see is you get your bit that it comes with. So it comes with a branded Kirsty Meakin little bit case. This is a ceramic bit. It is a flame carbide bit. So this is going to be good for removing bulk of your acrylic. It doesn't say what grit. I kind of want to assume that it is a coarse grit. It kind of looks like a coarse grit. So this isn't something you would use on your natural nail. This is something you would use on extensions, hard gel, builder gel, acrylic, all of that stuff, just to remove your bulk. And actually, let me keep this open so I can show you guys what it looks like in the actual e-file. The next thing you get is your wire. This I was curious about because I was curious how long of a wire it was or how big of a wire it was, because when she did her review, she didn't actually show it charging. So I wasn't sure what the actual charging cable looked like. So this is what you get. I do think it's a decent size. It's not like super short, which I was worried about. You do have to have your own like base or thing for it so that you can charge it. This kind of looks like a USB-C, I think. I'm not a tech person, but that's kind of what that looks like to me. Then you have your handpiece, which I will pull out. So this looks like it's just a cover for the actual charging port. It is attached to the e-file, so I don't think that that's supposed to come off. This is probably just to protect it from getting like a bunch of dust in it. So my understanding, as you can see, is there is a LED screen that will tell you what RPMs you're at. So let's see, a lot of times these will have like a initial charge on them. I don't know if you have to hold it. You do have to hold it. So they do have an initial charge on them just so you guys can see, make sure it's working. I do think they do like quality checks and stuff on electronics, so that's part of why. So my understanding after watching her video is that this is where you would change your speed. So as you can see, you would turn this up and that would kind of increase or decrease your speed. Ooh, what's it doing? So I went ahead and just switched out the carbide bit. So all you do is you twist this little thing and then it'll pull out, and then you can go ahead and switch out your bits, and then you would just lock it into place. Now I was kind of playing around with it for a second there because at first it wasn't increasing speed when I went to go turn it. So this piece seems to be a little bit touchy. I don't know if it's because it hasn't been fully charged yet, even though it's showing a full charge. Like I haven't done, you know, the first initial charge, but it occasionally seems to kind of skip or not really increase the speed like naturally, like it'll kind of pause at the same speed or go back down. So I don't know what that really is. I'm going to test the other one to see if it does the same thing. I do know that this piece comes off, which I'll show you in a second, that she said is meant so that you can clean out any dust and things from it. So I don't know if that is part of why it ends up being a little bit touchy, because it's not like super secured on there. But I don't know. I'll have to play around with it and I'll let you guys know if I can figure that out. So another thing is I did put it all the way up to 30 5. I didn't want to go all the way, but I can barely feel any vibration in this right now. Like, it just feels so light and very like smooth. I can hear it, but it's not super loud. I do think that this seems like very good quality. Just so that you guys are aware, let me just kind of reduce the speed just a little bit. But this right now is in reverse. That's what this little R is. If you hit it twice, it'll pause the machine, and 2 more times would unpause the machine. And if you hit it once, hold on, I think you got to unpause it first. And then if I hit it once, it'll actually change it to be in forward, which if you're not familiar with e-files, if you're right-handed, you would typically work in forward, and if you are left-handed, you would work in reverse. And that's really just telling you which way the bit is spinning so that you're not like catching your bit. It's not kind of just rotating over your nail and not actually filing off your product. So that is kind of the basics of this. So let me turn this off, or turn this down at least. And actually, let me see. Let me hold it, turn it off. And then this piece, which, oh, super cute. I didn't even see that. Has her little brand logo on it. This piece, I think, just pulls right up. So that's what I meant, is like, it's not super secure. It's just kind of held there by this little piece. So I don't know if that's what makes it a little bit finicky when you are going to like change the dial, because it's not like locked in place. You can just kind of pop that off. I don't know how much I like that, to be honest. I think I don't really have any issues with the dials on my other e-files getting like a crap ton of dust in them. I know this one is a different style, but I just wonder if that is the reason that it was kind of like touchy with changing the speed. So let me put this one down. I'll actually put it into the little stand and show you guys. So this is what the stand looks like, and that's how you would have your e-files sitting. So very cute. And then you can take, I don't have, actually let me pull another bit out here. So you can go ahead and just put your bits in like that. And then this would just sit on your desk and you can easily grab it and place it down when you need to. So let me just double check that there's nothing else underneath that you need, because sometimes there's like wires or things. So nothing else. So let me put this all back and open up this box so we can see what the silver one looks like. So again, this one is the silver color. It does come in the 2 different colors. So you get your same manual, you get the same charging cable, and the same bit. So all of that is going to match. The difference that you'll notice is just the color of the base. Again, I know I didn't really need 2 colors. I was just feeling a little nuts, and I have no self-control when it comes to shopping for nail products. So I did get both. So again, same process as before. Oh, it actually looks like this has a little film on it. Oh, so sorry guys, I had to go off camera and kind of play with this a little bit because there was a couple things. So first thing, this thing, the little plastic thing comes off of this LED screen. So there is a cover on that. It was a little unnoticeable on the other one. Mine kind of came with this looking a little bit like bubbled almost. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell that. I'm going to play around with it because it doesn't look like it's lifting up, but I am kind of bummed about that. I don't know why it looks like that. I did put in the carbide bit just to show you guys the same, kind of just have it be the same as the other one when I was showing you guys. It does the same thing, that you click it to unlock and click it to lock it in place. And then when you are going ahead and doing your buttons, it's going to be the same thing. So you hold it for a couple seconds to turn it on, hold it for a couple seconds to turn it off. If you want to pause it, you hit it twice. If you want to unpause, same thing, hit it twice. It'll tell you if it's in forward, or if you hit it once, it'll go to the opposite. So now it's in reverse. I did notice that it's doing the same thing where it is kind of being a little sensitive with changing the speed. So as you can see, sometimes like as I'm turning it, it doesn't increase the speed right away. I have to kind of keep turning it. And sometimes it'll kind of go and jump back down from the speed that it was before. So like you'll see it jump from like 32 to 33 again. So I don't quite know what that's about. My guess, if I was to take a guess at it, is that this piece right here, which let me turn it off so I'm not messing with it. But this piece right here, I don't know if it doesn't add enough resistance, if this is like super sensitive or just not sensitive enough. I'm not sure what the actual issue is, but they're both doing it. So I think that that's just natural for this style of e-file. I will try to reach out to them to just ask to make sure. But I do think that this kind of piece, I don't know if it's because it comes off this way, again, that it just kind of changes how this is calibrated, and it just makes it either too sensitive or not sensitive enough. But it does cause that jumping, which isn't the end of the world, but if you're spending a lot for an e-file, I would prefer that it doesn't do that. Like, I would have preferred to just have to like hit this with an air duster to get it clean and not have to worry about this full piece like coming off, and just know that this is going to be a lot more like secure or less sensitive to the changes. So that way it's just gradually increasing or decreasing in speed. It's not doing that weird skippy thing. So that's the only thing that I'm noticing right out the gate that I'm not the biggest fan of. But other than that, I do think that these are going to be fun to use and going to be really nice for like videos and stuff, because I won't have to worry about the wires getting in the way. So I do think that these are nice. I will let you guys know more about them once I've actually used them for a nail set. So if you are curious, definitely look out for that in future videos. I will hopefully do a video sometime in the future, just kind of reviewing and comparing all of the e-files that I've tried from different brands, let you guys know the pros and the cons between them and which ones I'd recommend and why. So I will do that at some point. So if you do want to see that, subscribe to the channel so you guys can check that out once it's up. But again, same thing. It does have a stand. You just pop it into the stand so that it holds it. You can put your bits there like I did with the other one. You can have some sanding bands. We'll pretend this is a sanding band that you can just throw in there. So you can have all of your e-file products all together. Oh, and the other thing I didn't mention before is, let me grab. So this is just my little Tammy Taylor, I think it's Tammy Taylor little e-file board, or nail file board. You can actually stick a nail file into this so that you have your hand file, your sanding band, your carbide bits, and your e-file all in one, which I think is really cool. It keeps everything compact. I think that this is very cute to have on your desk. So definitely love the stand. And I do love the e-file. I just don't like those two things. I don't like that this is kind of bubbled and the sensitivity of the like twist style. I will play around with them more so that we can see how they really work and whether or not that's going to be an issue when you're using it. So I will let you guys know that in a future video. But that is pretty much it for this. Let me kind of pull the products together so you guys can see what they look like one more time. So that wraps up part 2 of my 2024 Black Friday nail haul and unboxing video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any specific products that I showed here that you would like to see in future videos, comment down below letting me know so that I make sure to highlight them. If you picked up any of these products, let me know that as well. I am curious to see what you guys thought of them. Or if there are products that you don't have but you are interested in picking up, let me know that as well. I am curious what you guys are shopping for, because I love shopping for nail stuff. It's super fun, and I like to see what everybody is purchasing and why they like certain things. So definitely let me know in the comments down below all of that. Thumbs up this video, like I said, if you'd like to see more unboxings from me. Subscribe to see more videos. I will have a part 3 that is going to be the final installment in my Black Friday haul. I did go a little crazy. I do typically go crazy during the Black Friday sales because that is where most brands do their largest sales of the year. So I try to kind of like bulk buy during that time and kind of just save up throughout the year for it. So just so you're aware, I will have another part with some more goodies. So subscribe to my channel to make sure that you catch that once that's uploaded. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry it was a little bit long. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you are, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, everybody.